What's up, people? Welcome back. I'm Old Spy, and today might be a bit of a wonky episode. We're gonna go here and there a little bit before we fight the boss that we were heading towards last episode. But the reason that we're doing this is all in the name of weapon upgrades. So, first thing we're gonna do, and I don't know why I'm going this way. I'm getting ahead of myself here. I keep forgetting that we now have the ability to warp around a little bit. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take that ember that we picked up last episode, and we're going to drop it off with Andre, and we're going to take our weapon up to 14. So let's go ahead and slide to the Undead Parish. Then, once we've got it there, we're going to go back to Undead Asylum once again. We're going to fight a boss there, and when we defeat that boss, he's going to give us a Titanite slab. That will allow us to plus 15 Claymore. Looks like we're going to stick with the Claymore, at least for now. But I now have the ability off camera to grind and upgrade fully some of the other weapons that we have. So we may do that as well. But let's get to it. So he's all excited because of the large ember. We're going to give it to him, and then we're going to reinforce. We'll go ahead and take our Divine Morning Star to plus 5. That'll work. We'll take the Black Knight Sword to plus 4. And so for that, we'll only need 3 more Twinkling Titanites, and we can plus 5 that, and that will be a beast of a weapon that we may also incorporate. We need to modify our equipment, and so now you can see with the slab icon, you can upgrade your plus 10s. So we're going to ascend this one to 11. We'll keep the other ones there for now, and now we can reinforce the Claymore. All the way up to 14, and we need that Titanite slab to go to 15. So that is our goal right now. We're going to head to get that slab. Actually, it'll be easier to go this way. Oh, jeez. All right, let's try this again. There we go. All right, so same old stuff here. I'm just doing it again for the second time. We don't need a key. We got everything we need. So we just need to go back up to the nest. And this time it goes straight into the cutscene. I'm going to skip through that. So we do have the Dragon Crest shield out. So we need some fire defense. It's going to help with these guys, but it's also going to help with the boss. By the way, I don't think I pointed this out yet, but if you come over here, you got Snuggly's nest.
Give me warm, give me soft.
And what you do here is So we'll leave him sunlight metal. And what you have to do is you have to quit and then reload the game. And then when you pick that up, it'll be, he exchanges items for you. We're not going to do that because I don't feel like quitting the game and reloading it, but just understand that it's there. Okay, since we have the ability to warp, we are going to rest at one of these bonfires. Just in case the unthinkable happens and we get killed. Go ahead and kindle that up. Boom, what am I doing? Alright, now we're going to stay in full night mode. It's probably easier if you throw on a lighter armor set and not get hit by that guy. Yeah, so if you lighten up, again, I will say it again, being slightly overburdened or just moving slower does make the game a little more difficult. So if you're moving faster, it's going to make it easier. But we're going to stay like this. We'll try to get it done like this. And we're going to go ahead and walk out here. The floor crumbles. Find him right away. Probably be easier to back away. Get your health. And you want us to stay behind him. He's one of these classic guys. Boom. Let that explosion hit. Okay, that thrust attack's not going to work, so we're going to have to go light attacks. And this is very, very similar to the first demon you fought in Undead Asylum. It's just now he has like an AoE attack. So if he's going to do that, it's going to make it much easier for us to defeat him. He can do that all day long. I wouldn't recommend more than 2 swings. Unless you're using a lighter weapon. So when he does that, just circle around behind him, get him back into this mode. As you can see, it's a pretty easy fight. Really, the hardest part about it is when you first land. If he's aggressive, it can cause you quite a bit of problems. Oop. Just make sure you get out of that blast. And when he does this, instead of attacking, just circle around so that you can reset yourself. I do love the music in here. It kind of reminds me of Jaws. That one certain part. Not this part, obviously. Couple more. Oh, got a little ahead of myself, and down goes Frazier. So there's those, and there's our slab. Boom. So now we can. Did I take that off? Yeah, I did. So now we can just homeward bone right out of here. And we're going to homeward warp over to back to Andre. Alright, he's talking about the magic ember or the enchanted ember that we have. Obviously, he has no idea what to do with magic, so he can't use it. What? Bam! There we go. Give me that trophy. So now we've got a fully upgraded claymore. 3 more twinkling titanites will have a fully upgraded black knight sword. And we can also... Well, let's go ahead and do this while we're here. Uh-oh, I'm gonna commit the cardinal sin. What did I use there too? I actually bought upgrade materials. Okay. Go ahead and modify the composite bow. And take it up to 10. Cool. So, we got the +5 Divine Morning Star, which we're gonna put to use. We got the +10 Halberd, +10 Composite Bow, and everything else is pretty much good to go. +10 Broadsword, which I'm probably not gonna go back to the Broadsword. I already mentioned my distaste for that weapon as it is. Although I am thankful for it, it got us through a good portion of this playthrough. Do I have soul items? Did I use them all? Is that gonna get us a level? No. Why am I doing that? Let's get out of here. Heading to Firelink. So we're going to do 2 things down here. I'm going to show you the run that is absolutely awesome for collecting Titanite chunks. And then we're going to fight the next boss. Alright. Alright. So we're gonna pop on the transient curses just because we really don't need them right now, but we'll get them ready. Head back into New Londo. Pretty cool. We got all the water drained. Alright, so now we got the water drain, so instead of having to go back all the way through what we did earlier, you simply run over here. Quick ring swap so I can demonstrate the run here. And then you just jump off right here, jump off right here. So this is where we farm for the Titanite chunks. You need 9 of them. Excuse me, 7 of them. You only need 7 of them to get up to... There's 1 to get up to the point where you can +15 with a slab. That's a fake wall. Be careful though, because you got a guy waiting for you there. So you definitely don't want to fight him out on the bridge. Too far out. Come on, where are you going? These guys are super easy to parry. I mentioned that before. If you have problems, if you're having trouble parrying them, just slide around them for the backstab. Got some cracked eye orbs you can use PvP to invade. Yeah, so this is the run that I do. Right there's the elevator that we originally came down. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend fighting him on the steps. Don't want to get grabbed. Lock on. Yeah, you can see you'll have 7 chunks in no time. I'm actually going to save our Estus, so let's go ahead and pop a humanity. Pop a humanity? Alright. Whatever. No. Oh, got him on the last one. Why not? We've got humanity to spare. Alright, heading back through. Come out this way. This is where we drop down. And now we're ready for a boss fight. We are going to snack on a transient curse, because there's a couple ghosts that will come out from there. But before we go in there, if you walk around here, a soul item, always good. Just drop off right here. Alright, now take this room slowly, because there's 2 Dark Knights in here. And there's ghosts off to the side. I didn't even see him. Didn't know he was running at us already. Alright, so we'll pull him down here. Try not to get grabbed. Man. Actually, since we're good there, we're going to go ahead and put our apples back on. Alright, so now you got this guy. And the ghosts should come in here. Alright. I don't know where the ghosts are, so we're going to pull the knight out here. Come on. You don't want to fight him on the steps, because you can lose your chance for counterattacks and backstabs. Sometimes they won't come out if you're on different levels. Alright, now that he's down, I'd run around this guy until those guys all explode. And then now another ghost around here. I hear him. Take out the ghosts first. Take out that guy. guy. Alright, he's down. Another chunk. Go ahead and blast another humanity here. Alright, our curse is still up. Just in case, which is important. Now, if we come over here, we got a summon sign. Beatrice. And if this is your first time fighting the Four Kings, I will recommend summoning. Now, I'm going to go ahead and do it. I'm going to stick with the theme to show you guys how useful the NPCs are. Also, since we've summoned her twice, if we summon her and defeat this next boss, we can actually get her set heading into the back door for Blighttown. So that's another reason. If you like this set, if you're rocking a magic character especially, pretty cool set to have. So we're going to use her. And really, she's just, her biggest use here is as a distraction. And she is definitely, if you're going to summon her, you want to do it in New Game. Because beyond New Game, she's pretty much worthless for this fight. She'll just come down here and get clobbered right away. And she'll be dead in no time. So we're going to use her on New Game here just to demonstrate. Once again, I can beat the Four Kings without summons, but either way. So before you drop down, you want to make sure that you equip the Covenant of Artorias. Otherwise, once you drop down here, you're going to fall right through the abyss and you're going to die. So make sure you have to have that ring on when you fight this boss. So we are done with the curse. And we want to throw some green blossom and our fire paper, charcoal resin, not fire paper. It's not bloodborne. Now, the strategy, whether you're using the summon or you're fighting by yourself, is to run in. You want to kill the kings as fast as you can, because if you don't kill it in a certain amount of time, the second one's going to spawn, and then you're in for some big time trouble. That's why this is one of the hardest bosses beyond New Game, because it becomes harder and harder to take out the first king as he shows up, and then you end up with multiple kings out there, and they start to hit harder and they have lots of HP, and it's a problem. So we're gonna go ahead and grab that. We're gonna buff up and we're gonna drop down. Alright, so what I like to do is I just spin the camera around, start to walk in one direction. There he is. We're gonna sprint towards him. Want to get right in his face. And we're concerned with his life bar. She does do pretty good damage once again. I should have known. Might even be a better idea to two-hand. Let's try to two-hand. I'm going to pull out the crest shield because they do have magic attacks. Let's get up on this guy and let's go ahead and two-hand. Yeah, we're tanking hits pretty good. Watch out for that grab attack. Ah, I didn't have enough stamina to roll. We're doing pretty good. But beating these guys solo and beating them beyond New Game is really all about having some really good armor, lots of poise, and lots of stamina recovery. So Chloranthy, the blossoms, that kind of stuff are really helpful. And you can see that Beatrice is a great distraction. And we didn't even need to take out 4 of the kings. We didn't need to take out all 4. We just took out 3. Actually, I think there's like 5 or something. There can be. I don't know. Maybe I'm not thinking clearly, but. So, we defeated the 4 kings. We got the Bequeathed Lord Soul Shard, which is part of Lord Gwyn's soul. And we get this goofy guy popping up. Now, this guy will only show up once you get the Lord Vessel. One of these guys shows up in Firelink. I forgot to show him off, but his name is Frampt, and this is Koth. So, if you talk to Frampt and you go through his course of action, Koth will not show up. I hope I'm saying that right. I think that's his name. So if you don't talk to Frampt and you come down and you defeat the kings, he will show up. The reason, their role is the same in terms of game progression, but go ahead and light that. But the reason he is unique.
Greetings, undead warrior. I am the primordial serpent, Darkstalker Koth.
Yeah, Koth.
I can guide thee and illuminate the truth. The truth after the...
Okay, he's gonna blah 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 for a while. You guys can soak in the story at your own pace.
But the other serpent, Frampt, lost his sense and befriended...
Yeah, so Frampt and Koth are kind of like the opposite ends, the yin and the yang, if you would.
Only I and
The 2 sides to the coin. But typically it's kind of the same coin. Or actually the same side, not the same coin. Whatever. You know what I'm talking about.
I shall now guide you to Gwyn's prison. Beast?
So now he eats us and now it's game over. Oh, just kidding.
This is Gwyn's prison now.
Okay, so now we place the Lord Vessel. Finally, this is what it's for. That armor is so badass, man. I love that armor. Okay, so a couple things. Now it serves, excuse me, as a bonfire. And it also opens up areas that we couldn't get to, obviously, before, but like deeper into the game. So you can go in certain directions, like you can go to Anor Londo, but you can't go to the Duke's Archives. Now you can. You can go to the Catacombs, but you can't go to the Tomb of the Giants. Now you can. Well, actually, you can. You can't go and fight the boss down there. Now you can. So it just opens up basically the home stretch areas to where you knock those out, then you're ready to finish the game. But we are not obviously quite there yet, so we're going to go ahead and talk back to him.
Once the vessel is filled with souls, the gate to Gwyn shall open. Seek Gravelord Leto, the Witch of Izalith, and the traitor Seath the Scaleless. Fill this vessel with their souls. Then the gate will open so that you may kill Gwyn. Are you ready? Then let us return.
Alright, so now we're going to go back to the Abyss. Skip all that. He's going to puke us back out. Alright, so now when we talk to him, blah blah blah, we can now enter the Covenant, and we're going to. And now we're one of the Dark Wraiths. Now, the cool thing about this Covenant is that it only takes humanity, and you don't need to kill other people to level up. You can just farm humanity and give them to them, and then you can get the Dark Set and the Dark Knight Sword. I believe that's what they're called. I hope so. The Dark Wraiths. That's what it is. Sorry, I've been calling them Dark Knights. The Dark Wraiths. The Skeleton Knights. So you just offer him humanity, and you can offer as many as you have in your active slot up there. So we have 12. We could offer him all 12. We'll go ahead and give him 2. Take us back down to 10. And then, so it's like certain, I think it's like 10 and then 30 for your Covenant rewards. Yeah. Oh, okay. Ask, so he does get, he will sell you, or give you, sell you cracked red eye orbs. We don't need it. We're done here. So yeah, that's how you get into the Dark Wraith Covenant. And now we are warping to Firelink. So we can warp back here at any time to deal with him. Which I may farm humanity and unlock that stuff just to show it off. And it is really cool. And we may take a look at the weapon. I don't remember how good the weapon is in this game. I know it was really sweet in Dark Souls 3 for a minute. Yeah, alright, so we'll use our soul items. By the way, the last soul that we just got, you can't use it, you have to put it in the Lord vessel, which we'll do later on. So let's go ahead and level up. Should we push it to 40? I think our damage is fine. Let's do that. Now let's do 25 and 25 down the stretch, and then we'll go to 40. So we basically have 2 items that are boosting our equipment burden. Our equipment burden is at 135, and we still cannot fast roll. So this game was very stingy with their fast rolls, man. But either way, that's going to wrap it up for this episode. Next episode, we're going to begin our journey down into the catacombs and heading towards Gravelord Nito. So I will see you guys then.